Hi there. So today's video is a little bit different to what we'd normally do. It is somber and there are some trigger warnings in here that I'm going to just warn you about first. So we talk a lot about loss and loss of a pet specifically, but it counts for every other loss. So we talk about mental health and how it's affecting. So please be aware as you start this video that there's a bit of emotion from both of us. So yeah. And we will be back with more light-hearted things in the future. This is just a one-off because of the situation. So please don't just avoid it because of that. Obviously we said we would blog our lives and this is part of it. So yeah, stay tuned, and hopefully it can help you. But yeah, thank you for being there and thank you for watching.
Hi everyone. So unfortunately I do come with bad news, or shall I say really sad news. So on Tuesday the 1st of October we had to make the hardest decision of our lives. It was the day that we had to say goodbye to our beautiful German Shepherd dog Krystal. It was such a hard day for us all, and it's took me a bit of time to get myself, collected and get myself together in order to do a video today to tell you guys. And the reason for this video is because I think I owe it to her, who was such a big part of our life, and obviously with it being Beb's life, she was part of Beb's life, and I owe it to you guys as well to let you know what's going off in our lives and why we might be a little bit more quieter than usual. So yeah, this is going to be a really difficult video. I'm going to try my best to not cry, because it's just been the worst week ever. She was our baby, and she was our fur baby, and obviously if you've got a fur baby at home, I'm sure you can completely understand like how we are feeling at the minute, because she was a very much loved dog. She was a beautiful dog. So we got our Krystal. I mean, we used to call her Boodle. That was her nickname because she was our Boodle burger. She was our baby, and we got her at 7 weeks old, and we brought her home back in 2009 on New Year's Eve, and she fit into the family straight away. She was our baby right from the start, and she was such a healthy, happy girl. We went on holidays, we went on loads of dog walks. She was just the most incredible dog. And that sounds biased because obviously everyone loves their dog, their fur baby, and she was definitely our fur baby. She was a bit of a diva, a bit like me and my mum. She followed my mum about everywhere. She was so close to my mum, and she was just delight. She was just such a delightful dog. And we've had the pleasure of spending nearly 15 years with her. So she has had a long, happy life. 15 years we've spent with her. And the last, she gave us a bit of a scare 2.5 years ago. Sorry if I keep pausing. I am trying my best to not cry because it's still so raw. Still so raw at the minute. But yeah, so the about 2.5 years ago, she gave us a bit of a scare then. She ended up with, I can't remember what it's called, but it wasn't a stroke, but it was like a sort of vestibular attack. What happened in her head, and it basically made her head be cocked to the side, bless her, and she couldn't walk. She couldn't walk at all. So the vets did want to, I hate saying this, but they wanted to put her to rest there and then. And we all said, just give us a chance just to get her better, see if we can, if she can get through this. And my mum being my mum, because she did live at home with my mum and dad. I live at my house with Luke and Krystal, the family dog. I mean, I was only 20 when we had her, but she lives in the family home with her mum. Mum spends most of the time with her. And Mum said, you know what, I'm going to take some time off work and I'm going to spend all my time and just nurse her, get her better, get her walking again. She made a sling out of a towel and got her walking again. And you know what? She made a miraculous recovery. She started walking. And you know what? We got another 2.5 years out of her, and it was just like a blessing that we had an extra 2.5 years. And probably a few months back, probably longer, she's suffered with arthritis in her hips. Bless her, she was an old girl. I mean, she was 14, she was nearly 15. And she wasn't doing so well last week. Yeah, she wasn't doing so well last week, and it got to the point where she was just leaning up on furniture in order to walk. And it wasn't fair to keep her going like that. And we decided that Sunday we was going to all get together and have Sunday dinner at my mum's and just give her all the fusses, all the love that she deserves. We all came down. My brother was there from London. There was Luke. It was me. And we just held her and we hugged her and we loved her. And we kissed her and we knew that this week was going to be her last. So yeah, it was tough. So on the Monday I came down to see her because my mum basically said to me the vet's coming round on Tuesday, and cutting a long story short, she went peacefully. It's like I keep thinking back to that day, and it's just, I just would do anything just to get her back right now, but I know that we made the right decision. At present, I'm feeling numb, lost. I've done nothing but cry. Today I've had to hold it together because I've gone back to work. So I've had to hold it together today. But it's been so difficult. And knowing that my mum's on her own with her now, on her own in the house, knowing that she hasn't got our Boodle, our Krystal, and it's just hard knowing that we're never going to see her again. And I think it's that really kicks in. My mum's having to deal with this. Well, I wouldn't say herself because my brother's been down and my dad has been working, has been coming back, but My mum's just the closest. She was the closest to her than probably any of us, me and my mum. And my dad loved her to bits, and our Elliot did, my brother, and Luke loved her as well. Like, she loved Luke. She absolutely loved Luke. She thought he was wonderful. And you just feel lost. You just feel so numb. And I feel like I've done all my crying so far. It just comes in waves. I'm sorry if I'm not making much sense on this video. Like, I feel like my brain's scrambled. I feel like we've lost a massive, massive part of us, a massive part of the family. And everyone has been so supportive. And you know what? It puts things into perspective. When I've not had it, but they are not just a pet. They are your family. They are your babies. And losing a dog is so, so hard. Losing any animal, I don't want to say pet, but losing your fur babies is so, so hard. And I feel like that was the hardest thing I've had to do. After the amount of guilt I feel, both me and mum, because we was there with her right till the end. We stayed with her. But the guilt that you feel, knowing that you've ended her life peacefully, but you've still done it nevertheless. You feel like you've tricked him. You feel like you sent to this deep sleep and then you just trick him. You feel so guilty. The guilt is eating at me. But I do know deep down that we made the right decision, but I just keep thinking back to that day and everything's so raw at the minute. And if you've been through this yourself, losing... So sorry, the camera cut out then. But if you've been through this yourself and you've lost a fur baby, then know that you're not alone. Know that you are thought of. You will be supportive. They are not just a dog or they're not just a cat. They are your baby. And I'm here to support you. Always. If you ever need to talk to me about losing a fur baby, let me know in the comments, send me an email, send me a message on my socials, anything. I want to be there to support like everyone supported me. And that's the reason for this video is it's basically for people to relate, knowing that losing a fur baby isn't silly. I mean, sorry, losing a fur baby and feeling sad about it, feeling distraught about it is silly, because it's not. She was a huge part of our lives. And I know I'm rambling on. But the way I'm feeling today, I know people say with time it gets better, and I'm sure it will. But with the way I'm feeling today, I just think, how can things get better when she's not going to be here? I know it will. I know it will. I've just got to keep being strong. I don't want it to be all doom and gloom. She had, like I said, she had nearly 15 years. She had a long, wonderful life. She's been on holiday. She's been on hot tub holidays. She loved going to the beach. She loved going to the seaside, running the sea. A few years ago, we took her to Cornwall on holiday, and there's the famous picture of her laid on the beach in the red hot that day, and she's got the parasol over her while we're there scorching hot. She had the special treatment. She's been on walks galore. She's been everywhere with us. She's gone on day trips with me, day trips out. She's gone drives with me. I used to steal her from my mum's and I used to have her with me. We used to have sleepovers. She loved her treats. She's had such a wonderful, blessed life. And she was such a gorgeous dog, inside and out. And for those who know her, or who knew her, you were so lucky, you were so blessed, because she was just wonderful. thank you for listening to me. I know I rambled on a lot, but I just felt like I owe her this. I owe her. This is like a legacy, if you like. Just so people know about her, know that she was loved, know that we are going through hell at the minute. It feels like absolute hell. We're in bits. Like I said, I know it's going to get better. It just doesn't stop the heartache, the heart pain. I've not been eating right. I've not been feeling that well. I've been sleeping loads. I'm feeling guilty. I'm feeling sadness. I'm feeling all sorts of emotions. I've not felt anger yet, but just if you're going through this, then you'll probably be feeling the same things. And from what I've heard from other people, because I've had a lot of people who supported and said when they've lost their fur baby, this is how they've been feeling. Know that it is normal, and you've got to allow yourself to go through the motions. You have to go through it. You have to grieve for them. Don't ever push your emotions aside. Grieve for them because they were a massive part of your life. Thank you so much for listening. And I think Luke wants to say a few words because, like I said, he was a big part of her life. And I'm sorry that this video was a lot of doom and gloom and it was a sad video. But just know that she was well loved and she was our baby. And she's in peace now. She's not in any more pain. And just know that I'm always there for you if you need to talk. If you've lost a pet, a fur baby, whether it's a cat, dog, horse, anything, I'm here to talk about it with you. And let's help support each other. It's made me realise how precious life is, and just make sure that if you've still got your fur babies and your pets with you, just give them the biggest hug now. Treat them with so much respect, love them. And I'm happy to see people love their pets, love their babies. Just cherish them, love them with all your heart. Because when they go, it's the most heartbreaking thing to go through. So if I am quiet on social media, I'm probably not going to be in as much videos. I am sorry. I just need a bit of space and a bit of time just to grieve, and I will be back. And like I said, I'm sorry for the length of this video, and I'm sorry for rambling on. But yeah, thank you for listening, and thank you all for your support. Really do appreciate it. Rest in peace, Krystal. We love you.
Well, it's difficult to follow that up. She obviously had Krystal for sort of 15 years, and regardless of where Krystal was, she was always in her thoughts, and that's true, still going on. And for me, coming in, meeting Krystal was quite a big moment because I knew how much the family loved her. I absolutely adored her, and I still do. She was the best girl. And the thing is, I'm allergic to dogs. So, believe it or not, I'm allergic to cats. And that's been hard work trying to keep... Well, I've got 3 in this house. Luckily, one of them is the Bengal that a lot of people love and see. She's hypoallergenic, but I was purely allergic to Krystal because she was long-haired. I mean, it'd be probably 10 minutes in the house and I'd start puffing up like a raspberry. But it didn't stop me going around there and playing. And I was for Krystal, I think I was the one that she used to run straight to me when I came round. I was the one that would play with the toys with her, with the squeaky squeakies. So everything Everything in there had its own name. So you'd have I think it was Squeaky Squeaky Crocodile. We had Squeaky Squeaky Platypus. There was an elf, Squeaky Squeaky Elf. We had so many that she would bring. She'd show me, but she wouldn't let me have them. And then the game was for me to try and get them away from her, which she got total face on about. Yeah, I mean, I sort of looked after her while Shanice and Mum were away, and obviously Clint was there most of the time. But I did pop round a couple of nights just to feed her and spend time with her as well. And from not having ever owned a dog, it was great. She was such a good girl. She'd listen. She'd go out. She'd listen up until she kind of went deaf. But she would go out on her own. Like, she'd go out for a wee. She was so obedient. It was unreal. You could take her on a walk without a lead, and she would never stray from your side. She might get a bit excited and rush down to where the leaves are. And Shanice always used to say to me, you would have loved to seen her in her prime, because bearing in mind, I've probably seen her from maybe 11, 12 years old onwards. So I never saw her as a puppy. Yeah, and I know she means so much to everybody that's commented and supported, and I know Shanice has been kind of through that as well. That we're here to support anybody that's got similar thoughts and feelings and is going through similar things. So I know there's some in our socials that have had some sort of loss recently as well, and they really do count. So your pets count as children, and I know it's always been an age-old joke about having fur babies, and people treating them like little chihuahuas in pushchairs and prams and handbags and all that thing. They are whatever you want them to be, so long as they're happy and loved. And losing them is difficult. So for me, I've lost pets that weren't even specifically mine. They just lived with me, and this is another sort of instance of that. But to see the love and cherishment that was attached to Krystal is unreal. And it made me look at my pets. I've got the 3 cats here, Siri, Geralt, and Mao. It made me look twice at them and think, I'm going to have to go through this later on. So this video is it's a nice tribute to Krystal, but it's also going to be a reminder that these things happen, and we do get better, and we do get past it. It's not easy. Following the flow and trying to keep your head up, and people telling you it's just an animal. It's not just an animal. And people don't seem to recognise sometimes that maybe you do need time off work, or a time to step back and away from sort of what you're doing and things in your life. And it's important to be really, really kind to yourself, because we are our pet's full world usually. We usually have them from not birth, but we have them from young till they pass. And that's a big responsibility, and Shanice has talked about it, no doubt, in what she said there, that 15 years, that's a long time. I mean, Krystal was a teenager, dog years, that's over 100. Like, it's a phenomenal amount of time for any animal, for any pet, and for a big German Shepherd, she's done really, really well. And we had a scare a couple of years ago where we thought we'd lose her there, but the timing of everything was right. It wasn't too early, and it certainly wasn't too late. We know we've done the right thing, however difficult that is, and I'm sure, and she might have mentioned this one, Pocahontas' big thing was the right path is not always the easiest one. And it's so true. It's so difficult. And obviously loving Krystal myself, and then loving Anne and Clint, supporting, and Elliot, don't forget Elliot, supporting all them through it and being there and being part of it. And obviously I'm supporting Shanice as much as I can at home. It's it's so heartbreaking to see her heartbreak. And it's hard to find the right words. It's hard to know. But we deal. So if you do see our socials being a little bit quieter lately, I know we've mentioned it on there. That'll be why. I'm going to do my hardest to stay active and do a little bit of content, even if it's not the most engaging stuff. I'm going to try. So we'll see how we go. But back to Krystal. She was, without a doubt, the best girl and the best dog I think I've ever sort of come across. So much personality, sassy, diva, proper princess, and really did envelop the word Krystal. She really did, because that always, to me, gives off those sort of princess vibes, and she definitely did that. So it's such a sad time. This is only done a couple of days after, and it is a somber video, and I apologise for that. It's not something we actually thought about making a video of. Something Shanice desperately wanted to do, and I agree with her that it's something that we needed to mark. It is part of our lives. It will affect us. It has affected us. So yeah, we'll recover. We'll get better. We'll heal. We never forget. And if we can, we'll put some sort of pictures at the end, just to give you an idea of Krystal in her best places. So if anybody's going through this right now, we really do feel for you. We really do. We're so empathetic that just reach out. We will talk to you about it. We understand how difficult loss can be. And we both sort of do the mental health and the well-being side of it. And even with that, it is still tough. And it's still tough to talk about. You will catch yourself just talking about something and a thought catches you off guard. And that's okay. It's okay to feel that you're sad. And it's okay to feel that. You shouldn't apologise for it to people. And you may get fits of anger. Obviously, all the other stages of grief, you will face them. But you will get through it. That's the most important thing. So just give your pets, whatever they may be tonight, an extra squeeze or an extra treat. Just something to remind yourself of why you love them and they're there. You know, and they deserve that good love. So yeah, I think I'm going to go off and squeeze the cats, and they'll hate me for it, but they're going to get it. So yeah, take care, Krystal. It's always difficult to say about the Rainbow Road, but I think it's important to know that all dogs do go to heaven. I know there's a film out there with that title, so I'm not trying to cash in on that, but they do. And she'll be living her best life outside of here. So she'll be on Fraserthorpe Beach. She'll be throwing her squeaky squeakies around. She'll be eating tuna, steak, whatever. She'll be doing it. So they love it. It's such a wonderful idea of life, and she'll be waiting for us when we get there. Anyway, I'm going to pass, hopefully, back to the both of us. So thanks for watching this. If you've made it this far, we really appreciate you. And we're here to support. And if I sound nasally at any point during this, I have got a cold. So, sorry. I just realised I said Rainbow Road and I meant Rainbow Bridge. Rainbow Road is from Mario Kart.